This clearly deserves a second look. There's no doubt about it.
Steve Fuhr of Kelowna is on one final mission, but instead of fighting for Canada, this time he's fighting against the Canadian government. The retired Air Force major has been openly criticizing the Canadian government's decision to purchase 65 of these fighter jets, the F35, made by Lockheed Martin in the U.S., that will replace the nation's aging fleet of F-18s. Fuhr's battle is over cost.
The cost of the overall project, that's the jets, that's the service, over the life of the project, at almost $30 billion.
According to government figures, cost for these 65 jets is estimated at $9 billion, plus $7 billion over 20 years for maintenance. But Fuhr says the government figures don't add up.
It's not just about the aircraft, it's about the maintenance folks, it's about the logisticians, it's about the air refueling, it's about a big complicated mix of things that have to come together to put those aircraft in the battlefield and put weapons on the target. It's not just about the airplane.
He estimates the cost at $30 billion. And from a technical aspect, he says the F-35 lacks some major components, namely a second engine, unlike the F-18.
But engines still fail. And I assure you, if you have to bail out of an airplane, in Canada's north, it's not going to be pretty.
Being a fan of the F-18 at one time, in charge of the entire fleet, Fuhr says Canada should be taking a look at the F-18 Super Hornet. But according to Kelowna MP Ron Cannon, the F-35 ball is in full swing.
So hundreds of millions of dollars invested already. There's been contracts awarded to Canadian companies, $300+ million invested in various companies across Canada. So ultimately we're investing in research and development, aviation industry, innovation, and ensuring that the men and women who serve our forces have the best equipment, and that's our commitment.
But Fuhr says Canada should follow the lead of some of the 8 other nations involved in the F-35 purchase and distance itself from the program.
How many Canadians want to see another $2 billion slide out the door for leaky submarines or long gun registry? This is going to be on a scale 10 times that.
So we've heard both sides of the story. One side says it's a waste of money, while the other side says it's a good investment. But do Canadians really care? It all depends on who you ask.
Absolutely. I think it's a waste of taxpayers' money. I think it's a good plane for Canada. So.
We don't need them. We never did need them.
I think they could be spending money on something a little bit better than that.
The first of the F-35s are due to arrive in Canada by 2016. Kelly Hayes, Castanet Media.